Hi, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of the Trahan Therapy Center with your girl, Shanna Trahan, otherwise known as Shay T. Anyway, this morning I just felt like it was very important to bring to the forefront um, a topic that, a lot of people need to hear about, but, it kind of can feel sad. And that topic this morning is about suicide. So, in the past few days, people who are known, or at least their parents are known, or they're known uh, for the work that they do, have committed suicide. And this is like a tough topic. It really is. Um, I think there's two people that I, cared about directly who've committed suicide, but we were not in the same, well, we were not in the same state at the time for one person, and the other person we were. Um, there's somebody that I was very close to in high school, but they went to a different high school. And, one day I was talking to one of my friends that we had in common. And so we were talking, and it's like, yeah, man, when was the last time you heard from so and so? And they just looked at me, and I said, what? And they said, oh, you didn't know he committed suicide. And that that hurt. Like, I had not talked to that person in years. But what happened, I guess maybe a few years before this maybe occurred. I mean, I don't even know how they got my phone number. So let's talk about that. My cell phone number. Like, I had not talked to them since, several years. So this was back when I was I guess like early 20s, like 21, well, maybe 22 or 23 or something like that. And then my phone rang and I said, hello. And I recognized his voice like really fast. And I was like, oh my God, hey, how are you doing? How's the place where you live? How's everything going? And it, and just knowing some background, and of course here I want to be very careful not to give too much information, but they had just a middle class, upbringing. They went to some of the finest schools, and they were an attractive person and had an amicable personality. They, did most things right. There were some things that were, family issues that created some issues for them. And it just hurts my heart when I just think about just some of the things surrounding, even when they were a teenager, some stuff, that they had no control over, that was kind of, them coping. And so it's just hard. A beautiful person contributing to the world, and just maybe, their own mind, but also in this situation, just thinking back to things that I learned over time when they were, a teenager, just, and I would say family contribution, to that person's psyche and thought process about things, and, that tendency or need to be beyond excellent, so that was a friend. And it just, when I found that out, that was hard. So I just wish that he had said something to me like, Shanna, I'm going through it. And I wasn't a therapist then, but I guess I had the heart of a therapist. Like, we could have talked about stuff, and I might have been like, hey, okay, I'm a book a flight or something. I would not have wanted to see them go through that. That was, their child doesn't get to see them, they in their, it's just a lot. So then recently, I guess in the past several years, um, recently to me, I guess I'll say, I'm not trying to put an exact timeline on it because I'm not wanting anyone to know necessarily who I'm speaking of, but there was a coworker, and I'm very picky about, who I really like and everything. Okay, I'm just kidding. I mean, just that I allow to be close to me. Let me say it that way. Okay, I love all of God's children, but I am very particular about who I allow to be close to me. So there was this particular person that was a coworker and was just, had, if a heart could be pretty, or if a heart could be beautiful, um, I just say that she had just a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit, always helping, thinking of others. Um, I would say, other people might say that the person was beautiful on the outside and the inside, and, had that body that, everybody's like dying, trying to get, like, oh, push ups more, sit ups more, and had children. Well, we had not, it was crazy because, like, before, like a couple of weeks before this incident, I had, because we hadn't talked in a little while, and I was like, oh, let me reach out to this person. And I didn't get them that day. And I just kind of thought about, like, what if I had reached them that day? What if they had decided to say something, given any kind of hint or indication that they were, not in their best headspace? I just wonder. I mean, I can't save everybody, but I mean, you want to be there for people that you care about. So we didn't talk. And then, I get a phone call, I get text messages, and I am freaking floored. You're talking about someone beautiful, smart, got everything going for them, and a beautiful family, a person that helped their family, helped their friends, a giver. And unfortunately, they made this decision. And, I guess for some people, like, committing suicide could seem like, a way out of not having to deal with life, or maybe the people around them no longer have to deal with them. But each person, in my grand opinion, has a purpose. Each person has a reason to be here. Some people learn their purposes early on, while for some people, they may not figure it out till they're 30 or 40 years old. So it seems like they're kind of just moving all over the place without a direction. But eventually the person finds their purpose and, why they're here in the world. So if you're listening here today, I just want to tell you that committing suicide is not the answer. Your mother may not be listening to you. Your father might not be listening to you. There's the Suicide Hotline. It's free. And there is, as a matter of fact, hold on, where's my phone? The number's in my phone. Oh, duh. I'm so silly. Like, you are on my phone. Don't laugh at me. So let me just look it up. I know it's 800. Okay, so the Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. Okay, and so you can speak to someone at no cost if this is what you're thinking. If you've had a serious breakup, if something didn't go well at school, if you're having issues with friends, if you're having issues with your parents, It doesn't matter what it is. You have something grand to contribute to the world, and you are worthy. Are worthy of life. You're worthy of great things and positive experiences. And if you're having voices in your head that you just can't quiet, I would say contact a professional today. Those voices can certainly cause people to do things that their heart did not intend. Do not be quiet about suffering with those voices that you're not requesting in your own mind. It's so important that you live and that you get to enjoy your life. You are not a mistake. You did not come here on accident, despite if somebody told you that you did. You're here for a reason and a purpose. And I'm telling you today, contact the Suicide Hotline, talk to a counselor at your school. If you're an adult, reach out to a professional therapist. And sometimes you got to go through one or two to find, the one you connect with. But your life is worth it. Committing suicide is never the answer. It's never the answer. It's not necessarily about the other people you hurt, but just think about it. What if you were having a struggle and you just chose to get support? And you chose to get support. And you were able to get to the point where you created goals and objectives about your life and how you were going to function and what you wanted to do and learn and explore. And what if your whole life just turned around for the better? Every life is valuable. And just because someone is struggling on drugs or prostitution or any other concern along those lines doesn't mean that you have to stay there. It doesn't mean that that has to be your whole life. You can get clean. You can get straight. Someone can help you out of that life. You can find support today. Do not hurt yourself. You are worthy and you are valuable of great things in your world, even though things sometimes look dark. Even in the middle of the night when you cannot sleep and you're having those dark thoughts. This is for you. Get your journal, write all that stuff down, get it out of your head. And then put something positive, put something hilarious, replace those negative thoughts with good, positive thoughts. Open up your blinds. And I know y'all always see my blinds closed. That's because the lighting is terrible when the blinds are open behind me. But my blinds everything is open in the house, just so I could have some light. So I just want to say to you, open up your blinds, open up your bedroom door, get out of the house, stop eating yourself to death. You can do this. You can live through this. Again, the National Suicide Hotline number is 1-800-273-8255. You can live through it. If you've watched this today, hashtag wherever you go, hashtag you can live through it. There's nothing, and you don't know the stories I've heard, there's nothing you can't live through. Take it one day at a time. If you have questions, needs, or concerns, feel free to message down below. Make sure to subscribe, watch, like, and share. Just want to support the community as a whole, as a global nation. So, many blessings to you. Just don't do it. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here with Shanna Trahan at the Trahan Therapy Center, where we shape minds and change lives. Just stay here, and make it a great day. Bye for now.